In the WWE ring, strength, skill, and resilience are the qualities that define a legend. But few realize that some WWE superstars once stepped onto the world's most prestigious athletic stage, the Olympic Games. With a foundation in elite-level amateur wrestling, these athletes brought true sporting spirit into every match they competed in. Join Wrestling Sphere as we explore the remarkable names who once wore their nation's colors and took on the challenge of the Olympics. 1. Mark Henry, the world's strongest man who once competed in the Olympics. Among the WWE wrestlers who have competed in the Olympic Games, Mark Henry stands out as one of the most iconic. Known for his massive frame and the title, the world's strongest man, Henry proudly represented the United States in weightlifting at 2 Olympic Games, Barcelona in 1992 and Atlanta in 1996. Although a back injury during his second Olympic appearance prevented him from achieving the results he hoped for, Mark's journey remains a powerful story of resilience, determination, and an unyielding drive to reach the top. Born on June 12, 1971, in the small town of Silsbee, Texas, Mark Henry grew up facing many hardships. He lost his father at just 12 years old, a devastating blow at such a young age. But instead of letting life defeat him, Henry chose to rise above. From his high school days, his exceptional athletic talent, particularly in weightlifting, was already undeniable. During his senior year, Mark shattered numerous national records in youth weightlifting. His remarkable performance earned him the title of the world's strongest teen by the Los Angeles Times. This recognition caught the attention of Terry Todd, a former weightlifting champion and professor at the University of Texas in Austin. Todd took Mark under his wing, training him in Olympic-style weightlifting and mentoring him through his early international career. Under Todd's guidance, Mark progressed rapidly. After only a few months of specialized training, he broke national teenage records and went on to win both national and international titles in 1991. This success earned him a spot on the U.S. Olympic team for the 1992 Games in Barcelona, where he competed in the super heavyweight division. Although he didn't medal, participating in the world's most prestigious athletic event marked a significant turning point in his life. Between 1992 and 1996, Mark continued to cement his reputation in both national and international competitions. He claimed multiple prestigious titles, including 2 gold medals at the U.S. Olympic Festival in 1993 and 1994. At the 1995 Pan American Games, he took home 3 medals, one of which was gold in the snatch event. As the 1996 Atlanta Olympics approached, Mark was seen as a serious medal contender. However, just before his second Olympic appearance, Mark suffered a major back injury. Despite undergoing intense rehabilitation and pushing himself to compete, he finished in 14th place. While it wasn't the outcome he had worked for, his performance still reflected an extraordinary will to fight and persevere through adversity. Shortly after the 1996 Olympics, WWE took notice of Mark and offered him an unprecedented 10-year contract, an unusual move at the time. With his imposing physicality and authentic Olympic strength, Mark Henry quickly became a standout in the world of professional wrestling. WWE fully embraced his world's strongest man persona, turning him into a dominant force in the ring. Mark's WWE career spanned more than 2 decades, no small feat in the grueling world of professional wrestling. He faced countless legends, took part in major storylines, and steadily climbed the ranks. The crowning moment of his wrestling career came when he won the World Heavyweight Championship, solidifying his status as a true champion. Beyond sheer strength, Mark is also admired for his professionalism and relentless work ethic. He has often said that what kept him going in both sports and WWE wasn't just muscle, but perseverance, mental toughness, and an unshakable will. "If you're not mentally prepared to fight every day, you'll never make it far," he once said. Mark never forgot the vital role the Olympics played in shaping his life. While he didn't win a medal, the years of intense training and elite-level competition gave him a rock-solid foundation, both physically and mentally. That foundation helped him make a successful transition into professional wrestling and conquer WWE in his own way. Today, even in retirement, Mark Henry remains a revered figure in both the wrestling and strength sports communities. He continues to inspire young athletes with his life story, from a struggling teenager in Texas to an Olympic athlete and eventually a WWE World Champion. His journey stands as living proof that with a dream and the determination to chase it relentlessly, nothing is impossible. 2. Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist forged by iron will. Among all the WWE wrestlers who came from the Olympic stage, none stands out more than Kurt Angle. He wasn't just an Olympic champion. He was the embodiment of unyielding determination, courage, and the refusal to give up. His legendary victory at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, where he won the gold medal in freestyle wrestling with a broken neck, remains one of the most inspiring stories in the history of sports. Born on December 9, 1968, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Kurt Angle began his journey in amateur wrestling and quickly rose to prominence. But his road to the Olympics was anything but smooth. Just months before the Olympic trials, Angle suffered a devastating injury, a broken neck. For most athletes, that would have meant the end. Doctors warned him to walk away if he didn't want to risk permanent damage. But Angle refused to quit. He found a doctor willing to explore a controversial, yet legal, treatment, injecting Novocaine to temporarily numb the pain. With that, Kurt could continue to compete without being crippled by agony. Despite the enormous risk, he chose to bet everything on his Olympic dream. He trained relentlessly, pushing his body to the edge, running over 7 miles a day, sprinting uphill, drilling techniques, and building strength under brutal intensity. This relentless discipline gave him the foundation to overcome every challenge ahead. Yet the tragedy didn't end there. In January 1996, Kurt's coach, Dave Schultz, was murdered by John DuPont, the sponsor of the Foxcatcher Wrestling Club where Kurt trained. Dave was more than a coach. He was a mentor and a guiding light. His death devastated Kurt, but didn't break him. Instead, it ignited a deeper fire within. He vowed to fight on, driven by the memory of his fallen mentor. When Kurt finally stepped onto the Olympic mat, he carried more than the weight of competition. He bore the scars of physical injury and personal loss. In his first match, he faced Sumia Bazer from Mongolia, a tenacious and formidable opponent. But Angle relied on smart strategy and superior conditioning to prevail. Match after match, he defeated elite contenders with a combination of skill, resilience, and unwavering grit. The gold medal match was the climax of his journey. With a neck still not fully healed, every movement posed a risk, but Kurt never hesitated. When he finally won and had the gold placed around his neck, he broke down in tears. That moment was more than a victory. It was a release of all the pain, pressure, and sacrifice he had endured. He had done the impossible. Won Olympic gold with a broken neck. After the Olympics, Kurt didn't slow down. He transitioned to professional wrestling and quickly became a cornerstone of WWE. With a style that blended technical mastery and entertainment value, and his persona as the honest Olympic champion, Kurt won the hearts of fans worldwide. His 3 core values, intensity, integrity, and intelligence, weren't just a catchphrase, they defined who he was. In WWE, he captured multiple championships and delivered unforgettable matches against icons like The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Brock Lesnar, and Shawn Michaels. Later, in TNA, Kurt continued to shine, becoming one of the promotion's biggest stars. Despite enduring countless injuries and undergoing neck surgery, he never lost his fighting spirit. Every comeback reminded fans of his rare and remarkable resilience. Beyond the glory and pain, Kurt Angle's legacy isn't just about medals or titles. His true legacy lies in his story, a story of breaking limits, both physical and emotional. He has always emphasized that perseverance and belief are the keys to success. His journey is more than a tale of athletic achievement. It's a testament to the warrior spirit, to face adversity, endure it, and never surrender. 3. Ronda Rousey, from the Olympic arena to WWE's all-around icon. If you ever thought only male WWE superstars had competed in the Olympics, then the name Ronda Rousey will quickly change your mind. Before she rose to fame in the UFC and later became one of WWE's biggest names, Rousey was an elite judoka, representing the United States at the Athens 2004 and Beijing 2008 Olympics. It was in Beijing where she made history by winning a bronze medal, becoming the first American woman to ever earn an Olympic medal in judo. Rousey's journey from a young judo practitioner to a global icon is a rare story of extraordinary determination, raw talent, and an indomitable fighting spirit. Born on February 1, 1987, in Riverside, California, Ronda grew up in a sports-centered family. Her mother, Anne Maria de Mars, was the first American woman to win a judo world championship. It was she who laid the foundation for Ronda's passion and athletic career, becoming both her coach and greatest source of inspiration. From an early age, Ronda trained in judo seriously and methodically. Gifted with natural athletic ability and raised with strict discipline by her mother, she quickly became one of America's top young athletes. At just 17, she made the U.S. Olympic team for the 2004 Athens Games, competing in the women's 63 kilograms division. Though she didn't medal, the experience was a crucial stepping stone that paved the way for greater achievements ahead. Unfazed by her early Olympic setback, Ronda doubled down on her training, setting her sights on redemption at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. This time, competing in the 70 kilograms weight class, she rewrote her Olympic story. In China, she battled through a tough field to win the bronze medal, a breakthrough moment marking years of intense preparation and resilience. For a young athlete like Ronda, it wasn't just a victory, it was a defining milestone. "That was the sweetest and most painful moment of my life," Rousey once said about her Olympic success. "I was proud to win a medal, but I couldn't stop thinking about how close I came to gold." That honest reflection reveals her relentless drive and constant hunger to reach the top. Her Olympic triumph didn't come easy. Behind the glory were grueling years of hardship. Rousey has openly shared that during her training days, she was at times forced to live in her car to save money, struggling financially while maintaining an elite-level training schedule. But instead of breaking her, those struggles made her stronger. "I never allowed myself to quit. No matter how bad things got, I knew I had to keep moving forward," she once declared. After stepping away from competitive judo, Rousey made a bold leap into mixed martial arts, MMA. A risk at a time when women's MMA still lacked mainstream recognition. Armed with world-class judo skills, especially her signature armbar submission, she quickly made waves. She first signed with Strikeforce, and later became the first woman to officially sign with the UFC when it absorbed the promotion. Not only did she become the inaugural women's bantamweight champion, but she also laid the groundwork for the global rise of female MMA. From Olympic athlete to UFC queen and eventually to WWE superstar, Rousey's path is nearly unmatched. When she stepped into WWE, she brought with her raw intensity, unshakable confidence, and real-world combat skills. Her matches were electrifying, blending realism, strength, and genuine emotion, qualities that set her apart from most of her peers. Rousey's influence reaches far beyond the ring. She became a symbol of female empowerment in arenas traditionally dominated by men. With every career transition, Ronda didn't just break new ground. She opened doors for future generations of female athletes. She inspired them to believe that women can be warriors, champions, and trailblazers. Her mother, Anne-Maria de Mars, once said proudly, "Ronda's greatest strength is her ability to endure and push beyond her limits. She's tougher than anyone I've ever known." And it's that toughness, emotional, physical, and mental, that made Ronda Rousey a one-of-a-kind force, a true warrior with a courageous heart, sharp mind, and unstoppable will. Today, Ronda Rousey's legacy stretches across three vastly different arenas: Olympic judo, professional MMA, and sports entertainment with WWE. Though they may seem worlds apart, her story connects them through the unifying thread of grit, ambition, and resilience. She didn't just make history, she wrote a lasting message for millions around the world. With belief, perseverance, and fight, nothing is impossible. 4. Chad Gable, from the Olympic mat to WWE superstar. It's not just WWE legends of the past who have competed in the Olympic Games. Chad Gable, whose real name is Charles Betts, is one of the few active WWE superstars who once represented the United States on the Olympic stage. He competed in Greco-Roman wrestling in the 84 kilograms weight class at the London 2012 Olympics. Though he didn't win a medal, the experience became the foundation for his exceptional wrestling technique, skills that would later set him apart in WWE thanks to his endurance, technical finesse, and a performance style often compared to Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Gable's road to the Olympics was one of grit, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication. He began wrestling in high school and quickly discovered his natural talent for the sport. One of the most influential figures in his journey was coach Brandon Paulson, an Olympic silver medalist himself. Paulson not only inspired Gable but also coached him directly, guiding him step by step toward the elite level of competition. Over the span of 8 grueling years preparing for the Olympics, Gable stuck to an intense training regimen. He trained twice a day, relentlessly, regardless of weather or living conditions. At one point, he lived in Marquette, Michigan, where winters were so harsh, he had to wake up at 4 a.m. just to shovel snow before heading to practice. That discipline and commitment built the mental and physical toughness necessary to compete on a global stage. In 2012, Gable triumphed at the U.S. Olympic trials, securing his place on the team bound for London. When he reflects on the moment he was named to the Olympic squad, he doesn't speak of pressure. He remembers a sense of relief. "I had competed in world tournaments before. When I made the team, it wasn't fear, it was validation after years of hard work," he shared. In London, Gable went up against some of the strongest wrestlers in the world. One of the most humbling parts of the experience came when he had to root for the very opponent who had just eliminated him, because if that opponent reached the finals, Gable would have a shot at the bronze medal match. Even though his Olympic run was cut short, he still considers it a priceless experience. He was especially moved by the opening ceremony, where he stood among thousands of elite athletes from around the globe, including NBA stars and world-renowned track and field icons. For Gable, competing in the Olympics wasn't just about personal achievement, it was a deeply patriotic moment. From a young age, he felt the weight of responsibility that came with representing his country. Every second on the mat was a tribute to the honor of wearing the red, white, and blue. After the Olympics, Gable set his sights on a second dream, becoming a professional wrestler in WWE. In truth, his passion for WWE existed even before his Olympic ambitions. Once he arrived at the WWE Performance Center, he quickly adapted to the high-pressure environment. Thanks to his athletic background and ironclad discipline, Gable was able to meet the physical, technical, and performance demands of WWE's intense training system. Once on WWE television, Chad Gable began making a name for himself with his classic Greco-Roman style, unmatched stamina, and excellent ring control. His wrestling style, precise, fluid, and calculated, often draws comparisons to Kurt Angle. Gable's transitions, counters, and holds are not only technically sound but also captivating to watch, giving him a standout presence among today's generation of superstars. From a high school kid obsessed with wrestling to an Olympian, and now a WWE standout, Chad Gable's journey is a powerful testament to perseverance and adaptability. The Olympics were not just a career highlight, they were the training ground that mentally and physically prepared him for WWE, a world no less demanding than the global athletic arena. 5. Gable Stevenson, from the Olympics to WWE glory. Today, Chad Gable isn't the only WWE superstar with Olympic ties. Gable Stevenson, one of the brightest young stars in American wrestling, made a powerful impression at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics by representing the United States in the 125 kilograms freestyle wrestling category. With a stunning performance and fearless spirit, he not only brought home a prestigious gold medal but also etched his name into wrestling history as a new symbol of excellence. Born on October 1, 2000, in Apple Valley, Minnesota, Gable Stevenson displayed exceptional talent for wrestling from an early age. Named after the legendary Dan Gable, a giant in American wrestling, his name alone reflected the hopes his family had for him. Stevenson's rise was fueled by natural ability and relentless hard work, leading him to numerous amateur titles before earning a spot on the U.S. Olympic team. At the Tokyo Games, Stevenson delivered the defining moment of his career up to that point. Entering the tournament as a top contender, he defeated powerful opponents from across the globe, showcasing his dominance match after match. But it was the final bout against world champion Gino Petriashvili of Georgia that became legendary. With only seconds remaining and trailing on points, Stevenson pulled off a last-second takedown with flawless timing and composure, snatching victory in one of the most dramatic finishes in Olympic wrestling history. The world watched in awe as he turned certain defeat into golden triumph. That victory was more than just a match win, it was the result of years of sacrifice, tireless training, and the unwavering support system behind him. Stevenson has often credited his family, friends, and coaches as the pillars of his journey. Those closest to him describe him as intensely focused, incredibly disciplined, and always striving for perfection in every detail of his craft. Throughout the tournament, Stevenson impressed not just with superior technique, but also with his strategic awareness and calm under pressure. He read each match with maturity beyond his years, knowing precisely when to defend and when to strike. For someone only 20 at the time, his poise and decision-making resembled that of a seasoned veteran. In the aftermath of his win, Gable Stevenson earned admiration not only for his athletic talent but also for his humility and sportsmanship. In interviews, he consistently expressed gratitude to those who helped him, proudly acknowledging the honor of representing the United States. He credited his mental discipline, laser-sharp focus, and deep desire to win as the driving forces behind his success. His longtime coach, who had mentored him from the early stages, spoke highly of him. Gable is a once-in-a-generation talent. But more importantly, it's his hunger to improve and his relentless work ethic that truly set him apart. Off the mat, Stevenson's personality shines just as bright. Fans are drawn to his charisma, confidence, and sense of humor. Whether engaging with supporters or speaking to the media, he presents himself with sincerity and a clear sense of responsibility, not just to win for himself, but to make his country proud. The gold medal in Tokyo marked more than a career highlight. It was a turning point that launched Stevenson from amateur standout to national sensation. It opened the door to new opportunities, including his much-anticipated arrival in WWE, where fans and industry insiders alike now view him as a future megastar. Stevenson's journey has already become a powerful source of inspiration for young athletes everywhere. He's living proof that with passion, discipline, and determination, no mountain is too high. His Olympic story isn't just about winning, it's a testament to the heart of a true champion, someone who refuses to quit, no matter the odds. Maurice Mad Dog Vashon. From Olympic athlete to wrestling icon. Maurice Mad Dog Vashon, born in 1929 in Montreal, was one of the rare wrestlers who made a lasting impact in both amateur and professional wrestling. His legendary journey began at the 1948 Summer Olympics, a pivotal turning point in his career. At just 18, Vashon represented Canada at the London Olympics, competing in the 79 kilograms freestyle wrestling category. In his first match, he stunned everyone by defeating the reigning Indian champion in just 58 seconds, a testament to his superior technique and fearless spirit. Though he didn't take home a medal, finishing 7th overall after losing to the eventual silver medalist was still a commendable achievement. During these games, he also crossed paths with Werner Gagne, who would later become both his rival and close ally in the world of professional wrestling. Following the Olympics, Vashon claimed a gold medal at the 1950 British Empire Games, further establishing himself in the amateur wrestling scene. However, he soon transitioned into professional wrestling in the early 1950s after a stint as a nightclub bouncer in Montreal, where his real-life fighting skills came in handy. Thanks to a friend's recommendation, he made his professional debut at the Montreal Forum in 1954 and gradually shaped his notorious Mad Dog persona, shaved head, distinctive goatee, and a wild, rule-breaking fighting style. In the American Wrestling Alliance, AWA, Vashon rose to prominence, capturing the heavyweight title 5 times between 1964 and 1967. His fierce, unconventional in-ring approach helped redefine the role of the heel, the villain fans loved to hate but couldn't stop watching. Off the mat, he was known for his humor, kindness, and vibrant personality, often remembered by colleagues for his unforgettable antics and warmth. After retiring in 1986, Vashon remained active in the community. Even after a 1987 car accident resulted in the loss of one of his legs, he continued working with organizations supporting people with disabilities and spoke out against drug use in schools. He passed away in 2013, leaving behind a powerful legacy, from Olympic glory to an unforgettable imprint on the world of professional wrestling. 7. Jeff Cobb, from the Olympic mat to pro wrestling rings around the world. Before becoming a familiar face in promotions like Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, Jeff Cobb proudly represented the island of Guam at the 2004 Summer Olympics in Athens. There, he competed in the 84 kilograms weight class in freestyle wrestling, a division reserved for the world's strongest and most skilled athletes. Although he didn't win a medal, competing at the Olympics left a lasting impact on Cobb's career. The years of intense training at the highest level gave him an exceptional physical foundation and razor-sharp technique, tools that few bring with them when transitioning into the world of professional wrestling. Following the Olympics, Jeff Cobb shifted his focus to pro wrestling, carrying with him invaluable experience from the amateur ranks. He quickly gained recognition for his powerful in-ring style, blending speed, endurance, and combat-tested skills. Every time he delivers a punishing slam or executes a picture-perfect suplex, it's a clear reminder of his Olympic roots. Cobb's journey is a testament to the seamless blend of raw talent, discipline, and relentless spirit. He embodies what it means to carry the Olympic mindset into every move, every match, and every moment in the ring, making him one of the most compelling examples of an athlete who brings the heart of the games into the world of professional wrestling. Which journey impressed you the most? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of the incredible stories coming your way, only here on Wrestling Sphere.